Hello, and in this video we're going to do a short tech tip on how to save a little bit of money. We're going to do a DIY oil change on a 2017 Nissan Rogue. We're going to go step by step, so hopefully y'all stick around and watch the rest of the video. This is my 30 seconds or less up to speed. Hope you enjoy. Alright, today I'm doing an oil change. If you watch the intro, you know that I'm doing an oil change in my wife's car. It's 2017 Nissan Rogue. And if you've been to the store lately, you know that everything costs us a lot more. And I've been doing my own oil changes for as long as I can remember. It costed me probably $28 to $30 to buy the stuff to change the oil in her car. And around here locally, at most of the shops, unless you happen to catch some sort of a discount or a deal, you're looking to spend around $45 to $105 for an oil change, depending on the car, make, model, so on and so forth. But for a basic synthetic oil change, you're probably looking at easily upwards of 55 bucks. Just spitballing on numbers. So I'm going to take you step by step on how to do an oil change. As you can see, I have popped the hood on the car. We're going to remove the oil cap. And this is very important that you remember to put it back. I've heard horror stories from, your local smiley face store that those guys sometimes occasionally forget to put it back on. That's just stories I've heard. And you're going to want to check your oil before you get started to make sure that it's good. As you can tell, this one is good. Now, the wife's car runs 0-20. I chose the Castrol GTX. Fully synthetic to run in it. I've been running it in it for a while. I change the oil every 4,500 to 5,500 miles, so. And the motor does great, does good. It gets good gas mileage, so. I'm gonna go get the jack, and I'm gonna jack this thing up, and we're gonna get up underneath this car, and we're gonna change the oil, which of course we're gonna use a jack stand too for safety. But meet y'all under the car. Now we're under the car. Now this is a Nissan 2.5. It has the drain plug right in the center, and your oil filter is right over there. I probably changed this oil several times, so I know where everything is. But if you're new to changing your oil, just get up underneath your car, take a look at it, and see where your oil filter is and your drain plug. And just all you really need is an oil filter wrench and a basic tool set to do this. So you might be out like 50-60 bucks on your first oil change if you have to buy the tools. But after that, you start saving like 20 bucks every time you change your oil. So hopefully you follow along and watch the rest of this video. Right, now you're going to take your ratchet. And you're going to break the bolt loose, which I already have. This one happens to be a 14 millimeter, which most of your Nissans are. Or for the most part they are. I had a 98 and it was a 14 millimeter drain plug too. Now you're going to drain the oil from the engine. Now I've loosened up the oil filter. And all I've got to do is twist it off. I'm going to make a little bit of an oil mess in my driveway. But an oil mess in my driveway is not my first and won't be my last. I just get some cat litter And or some red clay dirt or something to throw on it. Just to make sure that I've got it off. And I always check and make sure that your seal came off with your oil filter, because you don't want to double seal your filter. That can be bad. Now I'm going to take a little bit of oil and put it around for the seal. Make sure that the seal's good. Now you're going to take a funnel, put it in there, and then you're going to pour your oil into the engine. After filling the engine with oil, you'll put your oil cap back on. You'll check your dipstick, make sure that you have oil in your engine to make sure that you didn't goof up and by chance leave the drain plug out. Or you'll start your engine, you'll make sure that you have no engine oil light warning that you have no oil pressure in your engine. And next you're going to reset your warning. On this one, you go down and you find maintenance. You find oil and filter. You'll click your little OK right here when you get there as you scroll through. And as you can see, we went about 656 miles over. My wife is a nurse and she does a lot of driving for work. And so with her driving a lot to work, there's days where that I'm not able to get her oil changed because I work part-time at one job at a grocery store, and I work full-time at a factory on top of that. Plus I do my YouTube videos. So I mean, and we're homeschooling my youngest kid. My oldest kid only has a year to go and he'll be graduated from school. But that's enough of me rattling on about that stuff. Alright, you're going to click your little OK button right here. And OK again. Click down here to your reset. Click up to your yes. Now you'll scroll back. And we have a warning light because we have one of our little tire pressure sensors that doesn't want to work. But I'm going to do a video about what we're going to do about fixing that sometime around February or March. So if you're interested in that video, just follow along with the channel. And if you like what I'm doing, just hit the subscribe button. And any likes would be greatly appreciated.